I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey y'all, it's Kate from Literary Apothecary, and today we're going to be doing my August wrap up with my September TBRs. Yes, TBRs in plural. So first, let's talk about August. I'm filming this just a couple days before the end of August, so I'm hoping to have at least one more book done by the end of August. But let's talk about what books I did finish reading in August first. I finished 6 total books and 1 essay. 3 of those were 4.5 stars, 1 was a 4-star, and 1 was a 2-star. Y'all, it was a great month of reading. Even though it felt really slow and I felt like I got no reading done, I still got 6 books read, so that's pretty great. So what books did I finish reading? If you've seen my channel, you know what books I'm going to say. But if you're new, here's a wrap up of all the books that I finished in August. The High King's Tomb, which is book 3 in the Green Rider series by Christian Britain. I gave this one 4.5 stars, and I truly, truly enjoyed this book. This book redeemed the series from book 2, which I did not enjoy as much. Emma by Jane Austen. This one I also gave 4.5 stars. This is one of my favorite Jane Austen novels, and I truly enjoyed this reread of this book. And there will be a live show coming up, hopefully this weekend, maybe September, I think we're aiming for around Saturday, September 3rd. So more information coming on that soon. Lancelot by Josh Christian. I gave this also 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this King Arthur retelling and this deeper look into Lancelot compared to some of the other characters. I finished Petals on the Wind just this past weekend, which is book 2 in the Dellinger Children's series, also known as the Flowers in the Attic series. This one I gave 4 stars. I enjoyed this book. Let me rephrase that. I enjoyed the writing of this book. I did not enjoy the concepts of cheating. I did not enjoy incest, of course. I did not enjoy a lot of different aspects of the story of this book, but the writing, the prose was so well done. And I have a review for that. I also finished Moneyland by Michael B. Tur. This I read as part of the Black Phoenix book tours. I gave this one 2 out of 5 stars. This I didn't enjoy any of the characters at all. I couldn't feel for them. I couldn't sympathize for them. I did not like any of them. So that made me give it a lower rating. And then the essay that I read was, of course, our Joan Didion essay of the month, and that's I Can't Get the Monster Out of My Head. And that was a fun read about horror movies and the film industry in general and everything about that. Now, let's talk about my current reads. Like I said at the beginning, I hope to finish at least one of these by the end of August, but these currently, at the time of filming, are the books that I will be carrying over into September. Middle Game by Shauna McGuire. Right now, I'm about 60% of the way through this book, and right now this is sitting at a 5-star read. I am enjoying this so much. These characters just hit me straight in the heart, and I think I would enjoy it even much more on a reread when I can really focus on it. I'm currently reading Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee, which is also sitting at a 5-star rating for me. This book hits the feels in so many ways. This is the final book in the Green Bone saga, and Fonda Lee's writing is just exquisite in this book. She ties up every single loose end that you could imagine. I'm reading Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree, which was the Shelf Space pick of the month for August. We're going to have a live show on Vish's channel in the beginning of September talking about this book with Vish and Stephanie at Miss Richards Reads. So far, this one is sitting at a 4-star. It's a good comfort read. It's easy, but it's not anything that I feel like it's a 5-star yet, but I'm still pretty early on in this. The audiobook that I'm going to be probably carrying over is The Folklore of Discworld, and I am enjoying this book so much. This is kind of like a fictionalized look at Discworld and all the folklore that goes through it. Some parts are fiction, some parts are based on mythology and general folklore and history, and I am enjoying it so much. Right now it's sitting at a 5-star for me. And then the last book that I'm currently reading, I just started this morning, is The Maid. And this is the September pick for the Wine and Crime Book Club held by Leslie at the Nerdy Narrative. This is also my Patreon pick of the month for September, graciously picked by my best friend Stacy. She was kind enough to pick a book that was already on my TBR, so I didn't have to add even more books. So like I said, I hope to finish at least one of these books by the time August ends, but we'll see. Now let's talk about my September TBR. So there are two major things determining my TBR for September. The first is the Banned Books Month. If you've seen my announcement, we are having a Banned Books readathon on my Discord, having co-hosted by Stephanie at Mr. George Reads and Kate at Kate Coy. I'm so excited for this. We have a fun bingo board with prompts if you need prompts to read along, but it's basically just read banned books and have a good time. So the first set of books are my Banned Books TBR. This includes Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which is also being a buddy read with my friend Leslie at the Nerdy Narrative. We're going to be rereading the entire series, and we're starting with the illustrated editions, and I am so excited for this. Beloved by Toni Morrison, one of my favorite all-time classics. My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. To Kill a Mockingbird, another classic favorite. The Great Gatsby, which is one of my absolute favorite books of all time. I'm going to be reading the graphic novel version of this book, which I haven't read yet, but I've been dying to, and it's been staring at me on my shelf, so I can't wait to get to that. That'll probably be one of the first books I read in September. Also, A Day in the Life of Marlon Bundo, Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck, and Stamped Racism, Anti-Racism, and You. And so the second determiner for my September TBR is John, actually. So his birthday is in September 1st. And so I'm going to be switching up my Books My Boyfriend Gave Me series to Books My Boyfriend Owns in September. I'll be reading books that John owns that he's picked out from his bookshelf for me to read. So more to come on that, but that will be a slight switch from my normal videos. And then the last book on my September TBR is A House of Salt and Sorrow, which is the shelf space pick of the month for September. So I'm hosting that live show probably at the end of September, beginning of October, and it's being co-hosted by my good friend Sharon at Sharon Dwyer. I can't wait for this read along. I'm so excited for this buddy read. My friend Stacy says that she thinks I'll absolutely love this book, so I can't wait. And then the last thing on my September TBR is, of course, our Joan Didion essay of the month, and that is an essay titled On Morality. And you know Joan Didion's going to have lots to say about this topic. That is part of the Slouching Towards Bethlehem collection, and I can't wait to get to that. So that is my August wrap-up, September TBR. Let me know in the comments below what was your favorite reading moment from August? What are you looking forward to reading most in September? If you're going to take part in the Banned Books Readathon, let me know what books you're looking forward to reading most for that readathon. What banned books are you excited about? As always, my Patreon and my Discord information will be in the description below. There's no pressure to join either, but we have a ton of fun at both. Keep reading, and I love y'all to the moon and back. Bye.